Hey guys, Miss Marcus here, and as you can see about now, we have the Master League is back with Atlético Madrid, and in today's episode we have 3 matches for you from the Liga BBVA. So it's always good seeing the league matches. So it's going to be match day 21, 22 and 23. So after this match we're going to only have 15 matches left in the Liga BBVA, but of course we've still got a game against Pablo Weistin, about 2 legs against them in the Champions League first knockout round, as well as going into the last, the quarterfinal and the semi-final, and then potentially the final of the Copa del Rey. So it's always be interesting to see that sort of stuff. And of course there's still how many episodes left of this season, so that's always good as well. But in this particular episode we go up against this team Getafe, and for some reason, I don't know why, I think it might be down to them being near Atlético Madrid or some sort of derby, because for some reason, I don't even ridiculously know why, there's a big massive intro as it happens every once in a while for me. Sometimes it doesn't happen at all, sometimes it happens quite a lot, but the massive intro where it shows the whole teams and all that sort of stuff. So with that, of course, we look at our team, got likes of Gimenez, Miranda, Kyle Walker, Arda Turan, Alessio Churchy, got Paco Alcacer playing up front. I said I wouldn't play him that much in the last episode after he scored a hat-trick in his first game for us, but it seems I sort of have to play him because he's probably one of my better strikers. Getafe, of course, have likes of Castolas up front, who actually is one of those players that you can get in the youth team straight from the beginning, as well as Pedro Leon at right midfield. I'm sure he's a former Real Madrid player, so it's always good to see the former Real Madrid players doing well in the Liga BBVA. So of course at the Vicente Calderon at our home stadium, we're always going to have sort of good playing attacking football, but to be honest, this particular match again was not particularly interesting, because basically they just defended the whole match. As you see here in the 14th minute of the match, I'm quite fortunate to get through with Koki, gets a shot away, pretty decent save from the goalkeeper, and Churchy pops in the back of the net to give us a 1-0 lead in the first 15 minutes of the match. But from that, literally nothing happened, and I have to say this now before you get bored of this thing, because literally nothing happened. In the 47th minute of the match, they tackle Naldo of all people, who's now he's a Wolfsburg, no, he's either Werder Bremen or Wolfsburg player in real life. Basically, he takes the ball off Griezmann, and in the last minutes of the match here, Churchy on the ball, tries to run past a couple of players, again he gets tackled, gives it to Arda Turan gets a shot away, gets blocked, and then from that they get nothing, and the final score was 1-0. We win the game, but I'm having some sort of major trouble playing against the computer now. It's just for some reason I'm just really struggling with it. It says a lot when Gimenez was my man of the match with a 7.5 rating, my centre back, so it's always interesting to see that sort of logic behind it. But one thing in this particular match, in this particular episode, you have to notice is Oblak has gone. He's lost his red crazy hot form thing, because he never really never really got it to happen for him, which is a bit unfortunate considering that he's probably one of my better goalkeepers I've actually had. I mean, on a lot of my Master League stuff, I don't really get a good goalkeeper, but in this particular 2 seasons, well, 3 seasons, Oblak has been pretty decent compared. Fraser Forster was quite good in his second season. His first season not so good, but in his second season he went all the way up to 87 overall, which was pretty good for a goalkeeper. Oblak, I mean, he's younger than Fraser Forster, so he could potentially go actually quite a lot higher, all depending on how much I actually play this game once this season's finished. I don't know how much I'll actually I might play it, but I don't know if I'll record it, you know what I mean, stuff like that. So I might also leave Atlético Madrid, so I don't know. But in this second match of this episode, we go up against Rayo Vallecano, and we're away from home, so of course we're going up against a team which I know isn't particularly that good, but is an alright team. But in the 5th minute of the match, Morgan Schneiderlin scores again a crazy volley from the edge of the box to give us a 1-0 lead. Probably one of the better goals I've scored with, well, anyone in PES 2015. Schneiderlin this time pings it from the edge of the box, and it's like the perfect volley. He actually comes flying onto it after the cross comes out. And then big Koki ends up getting a shot there. It actually hits off the crossbar with his header. But my God, Morgan Schneiderlin now scored 2 goal of the season contenders this season already, which is just ridiculous considering how good he actually is. I didn't actually think he would be that good, but he's been ridiculously good. But going into the last minutes of the match, literally again this game, nothing really happened. Oblak made a save in the last seconds of the match from Aquino, and then he just kicks it out, or doesn't kick it away, he actually throws it away. And then basically I just clear the ball of Gimenez, because why not? And we end up winning the game 1-0, again another relatively boring game, but these sort of games happen every once in a while when you're just trying to get your team together in January and try and get new players and whatnot. But to be honest, Raul Vallecano had 6 shots, 5 on target, and that was a game where All Black would have gone up in terms of his thing, considering he got man of the match. But for whatever reason, he decides to lose it when he basically needed it most, which is just the most ridiculous thing in the world. But going up into this last match in this episode, it is against SD Eibar. And Eibar, again, are one of those teams which don't really have any standout players, to be honest. I don't really recognise any of those names, which is a bit unfortunate. Boateng on the bench could potentially have been the Boateng who's at Arsenal now, the Derek Boateng, the one who's like 20 years old or whatever, but I generally don't know any of the other players. So, forgive me if you're an Eibar fan, because I really just, it's not my problem, I just really don't know. But going into this match, we played a relatively strong team, but we had to play the likes of Fernando Torres as well as Alsacier. So a lot of the players were, for some ridiculous reason, like out of form. Schneiderlin, after scoring such a crazy goal, was like, yeah, I'm not really feeling well today, boss, like, you just can't play anymore. It's like, man, he just popped it in from the edge of the box with a volley. Like, come on, like, that makes no sense. Why would he go off form because of that? But anyway, we played Bruma in this match, and Bruma is ridiculously good. Like, I'm not even joking how good he actually is. Don't remember, it might be this match where he like sort of shows how good he is and could probably like displace Alessio Churchy very easily, because Churchy isn't really that good. But in the 27th minute of the match here, they get a shot away. Kappa gets a shot away, gets a pretty decent save from Oblak, and then Ramirez nearly gets a cross, well, nearly scores from the corner kick, but he actually does score from the corner. Well, they score from the corner kick. Ramirez doesn't score, but this guy Kappa does score. So at halftime, we're being beaten by Eibar 1-0. And it's not really going well for us, considering that, you know, the last 2 games we've only won 1-0, only scored 2 goals in 2 games, not really doing that good. And then in the 52nd minute of the match here, really fortunately, All Black is just not doing his job in goal anymore, and just does not do anything there. But in the 76th minute of the match here, Bruma gets a strike from the edge of the box, right into the arrows into the bottom corner to equalise for us, making it 1-1. And like I was saying, Bruma is a really good player, and you'll probably see that either in this episode or the next episode, where he really like starts dominating teams. But he gets an opportunity, he doesn't really come to anything, unfortunately for me. It goes just wide of the post, and the final score is 1-1 against Eibar, which isn't really that good, but the stats were relatively identical, so maybe we did, well, a draw was probably the most fitting result. But as you see here, with that draw, we're now 13 points behind Barcelona. There's no way we're going to catch them. So if you have enjoyed this video, subscribe to my channel for more, and catch you later.